Well, hey there. So yesterday was Saturday, which made it movie night, and it was the third Saturday of the month, which made it Schwarzenegger Saturday. But this week on our movie night Discord, we reached a milestone. After a full year and some change of Schwarzenegger movies, plus we had Schwartz Timber last year. Um, we finally ran out of Schwarzenegger movies that we were willing to watch. There's some random odds and ends, like he narrated a documentary about sea life and some Bad Turner sequels that we were just like, we're not going to skip those. But we are essentially done with the entire Schwarzenegger filmography. So, to mark the special occasion, we finished off Schwarzenegger Saturdays with his first two films, or the first films that made him a household name. So first up was Hercules in New York. Um, this is an interesting case in that Hercules in New York is objectively a bad movie. It's very weirdly made, very weirdly shot, very weirdly edited. Um, in the original cut, the producer said Arnold's accent was too thick, so they dubbed him over with like this terrible American voice. It was awful. We watched the version with his correct voice, though. So the movie is objectively poorly made, but it was an incredible amount of fun. I think it comes down to atmosphere, people you're watching it with, because it was a big group. We all love Schwarzenegger. We all fucking love Arnie, and we just really enjoyed this film. So it's a very stupid, very corny 70s or 1969, 1970, somewhere in there, movie about Hercules, son of Zeus, coming down to Earth. Although hilariously, the mythology's all fucked up. It's Hercules and Zeus. I think Hercules is the Roman name. I think Heracles is like the Greek. Anyway, Hercules and Zeus, but also instead of Hera, it's Juno. Instead of Hades, it's Pluto. It's a healthy mix of the Roman and the Greek names. Oh, and spoilers, I guess, but later on, Samson shows up, who's from a completely different mythology, which is just lots of fun. So it's a very corny, very wacky movie, just about Hercules coming to modern day. By modern day, I mean, of course, 1970s New York. Just fucking about, getting a girlfriend. Me and his best friend Pretzi. His name is Pretzi because he sells pretzels. But you never find out his real name, so he's just Pretzi for the whole fucking movie. It's really just a series of set pieces of whatever they thought would be funniest to have this gigantic muscular man doing in New York while he rambled on about Greek mythology. It's very silly, very dumb. Of course, he becomes a pro wrestler because that was a thing back then. I don't know. Hold on. I gotta fucking look into this because when did professional wrestling become fully scripted? Because they had corny wrestling back then, in like the olden days, and that was like legitimate. I don't know. I'll fucking LS my catch wrestling coach. Anyway, yeah, it's an objectively very silly movie. Very weirdly shot too. It's some strange editing. I remember distinctly there was one bit where Pretzi takes off his tie 3 times in a row. He takes it off and folds it, then it cuts to a different shot, and he's taking it off again, and it cuts to a different shot, and he's taking it off again. That was funny to me. Yeah, some really weird angles, some weird sound dips and rises. Mount Olympus literally just looks like someone's like a ritzy backyard, like a really rich like New York mansion, just their backyard, not a fucking mountain or magical garden. And there are scenes in Mount Olympus where the gods are talking, and you can literally hear the cars in the background going by. It's hysterical. The movie is absurdly quotable. Arnold is fighting a bear, by which I mean a man in a bear suit, and of course his girlfriend's like, "Beat him up!" Like she's not telling him to run away. 'Cause she still doesn't know at this point that he's a Greek fucking god, but she's like, "Beat him up!" To like her boyfriend who's fighting a bear, instead of telling him like, "Hey, get away from the bear." It was dumb. It's a dumb movie, but I like it a lot. I had a lot of fun. Me and my friends all had an incredible amount of fun. Very funny, very quotable, and just a piece of Arnie history. It's just it's a movie with a lot of history behind it, and I like modern day history, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to remember all my favorite bits. It's just a funny fucking movie, but not for the reasons they were trying to make it funny. Um, the actor playing Arnold's girlfriend, I don't know what her deal is. I don't know if the character is supposed to have a stutter or she's just a really nervous bad actor. Um, because she's constantly repeating things and taking like super deep breaths. Like my friend Laura was like, "Oh my god, is she okay? Why is she breathing so deep?" Um, it's a silly movie. This is a really hard one to rate for experience. For the time I had watching it, easy 5 out of 5. It was incredibly fun, but just grading it as a film, um, God, I guess or let's just say 2 out of 5 because it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not objectively offensive. It's just a poorly made movie that's very fun to sit through. But yeah, it was very important for my group, and we all loved it. So I guess bad movie, still watch it. I recommend. Bye.